What is going on YouTube? It's J Pips' Cashier coming at you with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to remove your fuel pump so that you guys can go ahead and install a new one. Alright, first thing I want to say is pardon me for that mess I have over there. I literally had to take everything out of the back of the car just to be able to have everything accessible, so that there's not a mess and I'm not going crazy. Alright, so this is my baby. It's an 02 RSX. It's actually a base model. It doesn't have any engine currently in it at the moment. Pardon me for the dirt. It's been sitting here for a while, as you can see. Comes right off. Alright, doesn't have any engine in it at the moment because it had a base model engine. Took the engine out and it's getting ready for a K24A2 swap with a turbo. Yep, that's right. I'm going boost. So you can see there, I have the heat reflective tape on the ECU wiring, on the hoses, on the power steering hose. So it's getting ready for a swap pretty soon. So if you guys want to see that, subscribe to my channel because I will be making a video on that swap. Later on at the end of the video, I'll show you my engine and I'll show you everything that I have for that I bought brand new. But this is pretty much it. It's sitting on 17 inch OZ rims. By the way, those brakes, those discs are getting replaced with drill slot rotors. Guys, once again, pardon me for the mess, but let's just get to it. I got a couple of tools there I can mess around with. As you see here, this is going to be the bolts. It's 1, 2 over here on this side, on the right side, 3, 4. So there's 4 bolts. 1, 2 on the other side, 3, 4. It's going to be a 10mm socket. All right. You can go ahead and use a ratchet for this or a wrench, whatever you have. I'm going to be using an impact drill just because it's easier for me to take the bolts out while I'm recording. Okay, sometimes it can be difficult to mess around with a ratchet while you're recording this. So that's fine. Okay, so once you took out those 2 bolts, this seat should be able to slide out a little bit. All right, now you got another 2 bolts over here. Take those out. Okay. There we go. Now the seat will definitely come out, as you can see. Let's get it out real quick. Alright, so now we got the left seat out. As you can see, we took out the 2 bolts from that bracket, and then we took out the other 2 bolts from this bracket here. Okay, now let's go ahead and take out the bolts from the right side. Don't worry if any bolts fall behind, because those you can get them easily once you take the seat out. So there we go. Got those bolts out. Now what we want to do, guys, is that you want to take this bolt out on the side. Go ahead and take that bolt out. Okay, so that's not a 10mm. Let's see here. Alright, so that bolt, guys, is going to be a 12mm. Alright, so go ahead and get a 12mm socket. Take that bolt out. The bracket is going to come out, as you can see. Don't worry about that. Just put it to the side. Alright. And as you can see, the seat should be able to slide right off. There we go. So we have the right side seat off, and we have the left side seat, or the backrest. Go ahead and put those to the side. Okay. Now, let me get this to focus. There we go. All right. This bolt you see here, guys, you're gonna go ahead and take that bolt off. It looks like a 10mm. So it's actually a 10mm. Go ahead and take that bolt off, guys. That's the bolt that's going to be holding down the seat. All right, once you got that bolt off, there's going to be a clip underneath the seat down here. Don't be afraid to move the seat up a little bit. This should be able to come off. There we go. As you can see, the seat is already off. All right, so let me go ahead and put the seat to the side, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got those seats to the side. As you can see, we have full access now to the fuel pump cover. All right, or tank cover, or whatever you want to call this. Before you start messing with anything in here, I would highly suggest you, if you guys have any dirt, any debris, any particles, you can see in mine, it's really bad. Okay. I would highly advise you to get this dirt off before taking this cover off. All right, so get a vacuum, get a broom, you know, do whatever you guys got to do to clear this area up so that, you know, there's no dirt, no debris, no particle. Because if that falls in your tank, guys, it can be really harmful for your fuel pump. It can be really harmful for the filters. It can be really harmful for a lot of components. So you guys definitely want to make sure that you have this area clear out of dirt, debris, anything you have before you start messing with anything in the fuel pump. All right, so let me go ahead and vacuum this out, and I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, I got rid of all the dirt and debris that was here. Now we can go ahead and take off this cover. Okay, so the screws that are here are going to be Phillips. So go ahead and get a Phillips screwdriver. There's going to be 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and take those out. Once you guys get those screws out, you can go ahead and use a flathead screwdriver just to pop this out. Lift it up a little bit. Just be careful because there is a wire here. There we go. Got the cover out. Okay. Move this to the side, but be very, very careful because there is a wire down there that connects to the fuel pump. Alright, so go ahead and take this off. To take it off, you're gonna go ahead and press here on the top. Just press it down. Pull it out. Alright. And then here is the hose that goes connected to your fuel rail. you're going to do is you're going to press this here and you're going to pull the hose back. Sometimes it might squirt out some gas. If you just finish shutting off your car, there might be some pressure in these hoses still. But if it's been parked there for a while, you should be good. Let me go ahead and have this removed. Give me a second. It's going to be hard for me to do this while I'm recording, so let me see what I can do. Alright, so as you can see there, we got the hose removed. All you have to do is just press these two clips in. Let me see. Press these two clips in like this, and you pull these holes back and it slides right off. Alright? So once you got these holes off, you got that wire disconnected. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove this ring you see here. Okay. Some of you guys might have the tool to remove this. It's a special Acura or Honda tool to remove that. If you don't, it's fine. You can always just get a flathead screwdriver or chisel, and you can hit it here, tap it to the side, and this will come off. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so guys, this is what I'm going to be using. Nothing special, just a flathead screwdriver that I got from Advance Auto Parts. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to place it right here. Okay, just like that. And then you're going to be tapping it to get it to loosen. Alright. As you can see, it's already starting to loosen up. Alright, so guys, I'm gonna loosen this up real quick. I'm gonna take it out, and then I'll be right back, okay? Alright guys, so I'm back. What I did is that I continued to hit it here with the flathead screwdriver that I had. Here it is. Just continue to hit it there until eventually I got this this ring loose. Okay. This is the fuel pump housing. Before you take this out, I'm going to recommend you guys to make sure you clean any debris or dirt around the area. This one here still has a little bit of dirt on it left, but it's no biggie. Alright, now before you take this fuel pump housing out, I'm going to recommend you guys to get some paper towels, maybe a plastic bag or a mat. Something that you could put on the side, because once you lift this fuel pump housing out, if you have any gas in your tank left still, there is going to be some gas spillage around this area. So once you lift this up, you can easily place it to the side and not have to worry about spilling, you know, much more gas around this whole area. Okay, so get a garbage bag like me, get a paper towel or maybe a mat or something, and our next step will be to lift this fuel pump housing up. Okay, this is going to be in there pretty sealed, nice and tight, so just pull it up, it'll come right out. Okay, play with it with a little bit until you can get it outside the tank. Be very, very soft with this, because this plastic is very fragile on the fuel pump housing. Okay, as you can see, we got it out. Now, there is a float on this fuel pump housing on the bottom, so when you're taking it out, you want to make sure you're taking it out from the side and not taking it out up, because you could break that float, and I will show you what I'm talking about right now as I take this out. So I'll take it to the side. As you can see there, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Make sure you're pulling it out to the side so that you don't break this float or sending unit. Put your fuel pump housing on the bag or the mat that you have to place it on. Our next step will be to open up this fuel pump housing so that we can gain access to the fuel pump. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing that on my next step. I'm gonna be opening this fuel pump housing. What I won't be doing is showing you guys how to close it, because in my case I will be putting a aftermarket fuel pump, which is going to require for me to do a couple of modifications on this housing that might not be required for you if you're going to be putting an original fuel pump right back in. All right, but I will show you how to open this, and then once you open this, that you put your new fuel pump in there. If you're going to be using an original one, all you have to do is close it right back up. All right, plug in your fuel holes. Plug in your electrical connector. All right, put the O-ring back on. Once you have that ring, seal it up with the 4 screws that we took off earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, once you do that, guys, you can just put the seats right back in and you're good to go. All right, but let's go ahead and open up this housing so you can gain access to your fuel pump. All right, so now that we have the fuel pump housing in a much more comfortable space we can work with, our next step will be to open this up. All right, and the first step we're going to do is we're going to take out this top part. So you're gonna want to go ahead and put a screwdriver here, flathead, and just push this out, or you can pull it. Sometimes if you're very careful, it'll come right off. Give me a second. As you can see, came right off. This part came off too. All right, it's supposed to be both sides. It's supposed to be one here and one on the other side. Okay. All right, the next step will be to pry this out. So go ahead and just be very careful with this, guys. Let's see if I can get it here. There we go. Alright, so we got that out the way. Our next step will be to remove this plug right here that you see. Just pop those to the side and pull it back. Alright. Next step will be to take out these clips you see here on the side. Let's see if I can get it. There's one there. There's another one there. And there's another one right I'll show you guys. So there's one here, one here, another one right there, and another one right there. So go ahead and get those clips removed. I'm gonna go ahead and do that here real quick. Alright, so now that you guys remove those side clips, you should be able to see your fuel pump. There's your fuel pump. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and unclip this here. See that? Go ahead and unclip it. I apologize for this, I just don't have a great angle, but we'll try to do the best we can here. Alright, so there it is. We unclipped it. Now we have the fuel pump out. That's the filter. Our next step will be to get that little piece out. Alright, when you're taking it out, you can take it out with a flathead. Just be very careful because sometimes it can fly right out and you might lose it. So just because of the fact that it's in there with some pressure, so go ahead and have that removed. Here it is. You can see it right there. We'll check it out. Alright. So once you got that out, the next step will be to take this clip out you see here. This is a clip. That's another clip. And this is another clip. So there's 3 clips. 1, 2, 3. Should be right at the bottom of where we took that little round piece at. Go ahead and take those clips out. Just pull them up. Alright. Here we got the fuel filter off. And now we can literally slide out the fuel pump. You're left with this just like that. All you have to do is hold the cage, push it down on the sensor, and it should come right out. Alright? So in this case, all you have to do, take your housing, slide your new fuel pressure or fuel pump right back in it. It's hard to do this while you're recording. You're using only one hand. Alright, so you would slide your fuel pump right in. You clip the filter again. Put it right back in the housing. Put your hoses in. Put your sensor in, your plug in. Close it right back up. Drop it in your tank. Plug in your fuel hoses. Plug in your electrical connector on the top. Once you guys do that, you should be good to go. So guys, I hope you like this video. Please comment below if you run through any problems, if you have any issues, and I'll try to help you to the best of my ability. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see the swap on this car being done. I am going to be dropping a K24A2 with the turbo. I am going boost. Like I said, you know, here's your old fuel pump. Just slide your new one back in. You guys should be good to go. Comment below if you have any questions, if you need any help. And once again, I do apologize if this video has taken longer than usual, but as you can see, I literally stuck to step by step with you guys so that you can see how this is done. Alright, so please like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment below if you have any questions.